After much back and forth between the National Democratic Congress, the youth wing of the party, and the Ghana Police Service, well, it has finally been agreed that the March for Justice street demonstration and street protest will come off. And indeed, it has begun. This is the stretch, the Tetekwashi stretch, right around the Tetekwashi roundabout, where hands being held to ensure that, well, the leadership of the party takes its position to lead the scores of individuals who are here to take part in this demonstration in the national capital. The aim of the demonstration is to seek or demand justice for those who have been killed and brutalized by police and military personnel. So right at the Association Junction, to my right is slow-moving traffic, and to my left, 100 meters behind me, you have the tip of the March for Justice demonstration proceeding and progressing slowly after commencing 10 minutes before 10. They will be making their way through the Association Junction where I am, then through Airport Junction to Stambik Heights, and then mediated to the left onto the Aviation Road side of things to the Lands Commission area, and then to Christ the King before they get in front of the Flagstaff House, where they will present the first petition. From their Tundra and Hilux pickup trucks to police officers adorned with tactical gear, the police have made their presence felt here, essentially ensuring that calm and order prevails. The sea of red, black, green and white is progressing slowly, all as part of the March for Justice protest.
It's not just about the numbers, because protest is about an expression to let people understand. So you create awareness about the problem you want to solve. And I believe that so far our objectives are being met.
Now after some back and forth, this protest has come off. Can you put this into context for us, what this protest means?
Everybody, be you president or whoever, you are exercising sovereignty on behalf of the citizens. So the people's power is stronger than the people in power. And that is what is being demonstrated.
We see yourself here, the youth here, different executives, members of parliament here. How is it important that lots of members from across the NDC pulled up today to take part in this protest?
Well, the organization was done by our youth wing, as I have said. And you know that is a demonstration that there is pent-up anger within the hearts of our youth. If you don't release that anger, you can only have a revolution on your hands. So whoever wants to suppress people's voice can only have a revolution, because it's been demonstrated all along that when peaceful means are blocked, then violent ones are invited. We don't want any violence to disrupt our democracy so far.
So there you have it, the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia. You're watching the City Newsroom as we cover the March for Justice protest by the NDC. It's been close to an hour of walk since the protest actually started. From some buses, some walks, but then the police is ensuring that this march is peaceful. All persons are wearing their nose masks. Majority of them are wearing their nose masks. Social distancing, well, that is not happening so much. It is a demonstration, not to justify it, but so far it appears that there are different batches of individuals who the demonstration has been broken up into some batches, one batch in front, one batch behind, and it continues as we head towards the various destinations lined up as part of this process. The demonstration has representation from different quarters of the National Democratic Congress. It has been spearheaded by the National Youth Wing, but then you have all sorts of members all sorts of individuals from different levels of the party, from the hierarchy in terms of national executives to members of parliament.
The right to demonstrate is enshrined in the Constitution, and it is another way of airing our views, another way of letting not just Ghana but the world know that there are issues that we are not happy with as citizens and we would like them addressed. And it's not only about press conferences, it's not only about walkouts in parliament. There are times when you need to approach it this way, and that's why you have demonstrations. And I'm glad to see that everybody's comporting themselves, because we are speaking out against the brutalization of citizens. We're speaking out against corruption. We're speaking out against the mismanagement of funds that were supposed to be used for COVID, where in Parliament we still have not had the proper accounting of how the funds were used. There's a whole range of things.
The crowd, the protesters have stopped right in front of the Ministry of Defense with Sam George orchestrating and trying to bring order. Some little bit of confusion in front of the Ministry of Defense. I mean, prior to us arriving here, officers were stationed right in front on their motorbikes, Sam George asking them to move and move slowly, move orderly. Arms locked, arms held. On the floors behind me are some members of the protest who essentially have taken some kind of rest, some kind of short protest to essentially express their displeasure with the ongoings in the country. Essentially some of them are holding placards.
On behalf of the president, I have received this petition. I listened to the articulation. They contain some democratic issues and issues that border on the rule of law. I am sure the appropriate authorities will be detailed and directed to do that which is possible and which is necessary under the dictates of our constitution.
Now, a major objective of this March for Justice protest has been achieved. A petition has been presented by the youth organizer of the party, Prez Akufo-Addo, to an official of the Flagstaff House. Now, the presentation happened right behind me in front of the Jubilee House, as they said. The first one has been presented. The second one will be presented at Parliament House. The final leg of the March for Justice demonstration. Behind me, you have a team led by the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Ketia, heading this way after presenting the first petition to the presidency at the Jubilee House. They are here right now. Over to my left, you have Parliament House. They're about to present the second petition. You find the horsemen also just moving all the way to the front, the main front of the Parliament House, I guess in readiness of the arrival of the leadership.
Discuss this thing.
Chief, where is that coming from?
This is the Marshal of Parliament. We are responsible for security.
So please, we
have discussed.
Parliament is for us.
Yes, 20 of
you
the leadership.
You discussed with who, sir?
We discussed with Honorable Dafiamako.
Oh please, he hasn't told us.
So please.
He doesn't work from our office.
So please.
But was it the one who organized the demonstration? We did.
No, but from Parliament. 20
but it was not communicated to us.
No, we
will be entering the house.
Yes,
no problem.
For the rest remain here. The 20 will go into the house.
We are talking about who are the organizers of the program.
Leadership.
Oh, stop
and
that.
Do the
Stop.
presentation.
Stop.
So that is our arrangement.
Stop.
Okay. But at the moment,
stop it.
Senior, over a minute.
He says they won't allow us. They need 20 people to enter.
After 4 hours of marching, after almost 4 hours of marching, the demonstrators have arrived at the final destination of the March for Justice demonstration and street protest. Now some shoving happening, with supporters calling for the gate to be opened. Their best to get into Parliament Holy Everyone is right. Now, up top, we have leadership of Parliament, Majority Leader Osei Chairman Simbusu, and Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu standing on the staircase at the very top as they await leadership of the NDC to present their petition.
The nonchalance and aloofness towards these incidents by the President and his government are no longer tenable. To this end, we make the following specific demands. 1. An immediate removal of all bandits and party thugs integrated into the security agencies, the country's security agencies. B. A full-scale bipartisan parliamentary inquiry into all the citizens recounted in our petition and a faithful implementation of all recommendations, especially the punishment of all perpetrators. C. Immediate reform of the security agencies with emphasis on modern methods of security provision and a de-emphasis of the militarization of mundane security operations. The holding to account of all relevant government officials who have failed to act in the face of glaring evidence in the cases we have recounted. E. The compensation of all surviving victims of the brutalities and families of all those who have lost their lives as a result. F. The exacting of a clear commitment from the President to uphold the Constitution and laws of Ghana and the prevention of subsequent acts of lawlessness and impunity.
The bestiality of unruly behavior of the security agencies is not acceptable anywhere. We will look into it, probe into it, where it requires that we read the security agencies of those concerns raised. Parliament will not hesitate in doing that. Understand that the demonstration has generally been peaceful. That is how it should be. Freedom of expression is important, and freedom to demonstrate is an important in the democracy for the expression of legitimate grievances. Where you have come is a forum where these grievances will be digested, so you hear from the Parliament of Ghana.
The right to assemble is a constitutional right. The right to demonstration is guaranteed by the Constitution. And the right to express yourself is also legitimately guaranteed by the Constitution and by our statutes. And that is why you're here. I think that the issues that you have raised relating to the protection of the lives of Ghanaians is at the heart of this, and I think that it's important that all of us relate to that. Every life in this country matters. Every single life in this country matters. And expression of our constitutional rights should not result in bloodletting.
Put everything into context for us. You started this off some level of opposition, but now we are here, it's been presented. I mean, how happy are you, and where do we move from here?
I will not say I'm happy. It's just that democracy has won today. What we sought to do was to present a petition to His Excellency the President. And we've done that. We've brought one to the Speaker of Parliament. So we are done. We only hope that he will react to what we've told him in the petition. If he doesn't react, we have a series of activities that we intend to engage in. And then we will pursue our next line of action.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much. So that brings to an end, I guess, the end of the March for Justice demonstration